Hey, what's up guys? I'm super excited. Today we're gonna be talking about my first Helium miner, and my second, and my third. We're gonna be looking at Helium Hotspot mining profitability, right? Basically, my miners are making like $5 to over $50 a day per unit, and they only cost like 400 bucks. So it's like, yo, that's crazy. What's going on? Tell me more about it. I will, okay, because it's not all donuts and jelly beans and rainbows, my friend, and puppies. There's a lot of variables at play here. There's a lot of things we need to evaluate to make sure we're making the right decisions in the short term as well as the long term. Oh, and by the way, I talk about my mining profitability, right? Well, I'm gonna talk about what happens when you have a lone wolf, right? There's no other Helium miners around you, how the profitability looks with that. I'm also gonna be talking about how, like, average, there's a couple miners around you, and then there's also a ton of miners around you. Because just to let you know, people who have these Helium hotspot miners set up in big cities with a bunch of big population, a lot of miners around them, are making well over $100 per day with these Helium hotspot miners. They only cost like $400. They're just like a souped up Raspberry Pi. So we're gonna talk more about pies in this video. But first, we're talking about Tails, our resident Dogecoin, Doge, and of course the most beautiful Shiba Inu in the world ever. Here's a quick message from our month's video sponsor, Compass, who are aiming to become the best marketplace for the purchase of Bitcoin mining ASICs and the best place to find cheap power prices at verified mining co-location facilities around the world. Mine with Compass with our link in the video description below. The title and thumbnail for this video is inspired by Red Panda Mining, who is another crypto mining YouTube channel. Check out his video on his first Helium miner down in the video description below. Helium hotspot mining is going crazy. I mean, okay, I can't even point the right way. Look over there. Look at this. $55 with one unit in a semi-populated area and $3.42 in an area that, well, it didn't connect with any other miners. But $3.42, right? Okay, so you make that with this little device. It costs like, previously you could have made them or bought them for like 300 bucks. Now they're like $400 or $500. Okay, basically more or less $100 break even point. Helium is on a huge trajectory. Let's look that up. I'm hyped up today. I just had a double shot of coffee. Okay, so when we talked about Helium, I tried to get it out earlier, but the day the video went live, Helium was 10 bucks a coin. It's 16 bucks. I'm not here to pat myself on the back. I'm here to tell you that this coin's probably gonna go to $100. It's not a financial advice, anything like that. Anything you do is on you, but it's just really simple. Look at the numbers, look at the market cap, look at the trajectory. It's backed by Google Ventures. There's 100 ways we can talk about it. But just right now, I just wanna tell you that for $1,000, it's 61 Helium, okay? Last time we talked about it, it was more. The next time we talk about it, could be less. I don't know. We'll see, but I'm super excited about this stuff. Looking back, I mean, everybody wants to know the profitability. Another day, $43 on one unit, $2.48 on the other unit. $4.27 units on the lone wolf unit, $40 on the other unit. We're going to talk about coverage. We're going to talk about like a halving. We're going to talk about models and everything in today's video. I hope that I answer the top questions we've been receiving in this video. If I don't, let me know in the comments below and I will make another video and I will hopefully do a better job. Another day, another profit, 37 bucks. $3.50. This is a miner that costs shipped for like $400, $500 now. A lot of them have increased their prices. Okay, we look at the coverage. 26,000 hotspots, right? So I'm zoomed in on Northern Virginia, which is where one of mine are. So you look at the world, right? Certain areas, they naturally have a lot. Certain other areas, we just went around the whole world. I feel like Daft Punk. Anyway, a lot of people are discouraged that there's not other miners around them. There's over 100,000 of these on the way, and that's okay. To explain this further, let's look at some data. HNT, the Helium token distribution, right? 1 year breakdown, 30% to network data transfer, 35% to hotspot infrastructure, 35% Helium Inc. and their investors, which is a hefty sum, but we need people being rewarded heavily to keep building this stuff out. Otherwise, kind of like, what's the point, right? We come over here, challengers, proof of coverage, witnesses, network data transfers, and consensus group. All of these things contribute. How are the tokens earned? Hotspots earn HNT for building and securing network infrastructure and transferring device data. Okay, so this is like not simple from understanding it point of view, but participating could not be easier, okay? Because these miners are so easy to set up. There's an app for that. Click, download, connect via Bluetooth, and then put in your Wi-Fi password, and it's connected. It's set up. It's seriously that easy. It's one of the coolest and easiest things we've ever done and seen in cryptocurrency. And a lot of people think, oh, there's no miners around me, it's not going to be profitable because you make more money with more miners around you. There's a ton of miners on the way. It's very likely that some of those will end up around you. The network, I'm estimating, will 10x in size over the next year. And the price appreciation that is likely to happen alongside that is going to make it all more than worth it, in my opinion. It's not financial advice. I'm doing this myself because I'm excited. It's genuinely really cool. The other thing is like, I don't want to get into this because there's so many on order. There's going to be too many. It's not going to be profitable. A lot of us have been burned by ASIC mining. Not now because it's a crypto bull market and everything's killing it. But there have been a lot of ASIC, application-specific integrated circuit miners. Some companies have basically built a miner to mine one cryptocurrency algorithm. They make too many. Okay, they make too many, they sell them all, the company that makes them gets rich, and we all end up with these devices. There's just too many. Everyone's trying to eat a pie and it's just not big enough. Okay, it's a big concern, I get it. I mine a lot here on the VoskCoin YouTube channel, which you should subscribe to and help us hit 300,000 subscribers, which is still crazy. I can say that, so cool, thank you. Thank you for just even giving me like the opportunity to do this stuff, it's so cool. But to the point of the video, right? So the fact that there's so many more on the way to build out that network is going to make it more profitable, right? I'm looking at this honestly more, I mean, I would love to be like, oh, I'm stacking HNT and stacking HNT. That's true. But really I'm looking at it from a dollar point of view, right? You get a device, we round up, say it's $500. Okay, it is not going to be hard to break even on a $500 device. And this thing uses like $1 of electricity, not a day, but like a month. Okay, so it's basically a upgraded Raspberry Pi with a nice case on it. All the manufacturers produce essentially the same thing with a couple different customizations and options and their fancy case on top. And that's okay. They're approved by Helium. You can't make these on your own anymore, just to clarify that. No DIYs, you've got to buy direct from the approved manufacturer. So there's an associated key that's needed to unlock them to work on the network. Shortly, I'm going to talk about the placement of the miner, how many you can have in-house, kind of where you should set them up and so forth, as well as reviewing coverage around you and a site that recommends how to actually even just place them, right? But let's talk about the models. Like, what's the situation here? Okay, so in full disclosure and disclaimer, I've got affiliate codes with some of these guys. Please use our code and support our content. No one paid us to make this video, okay? I'm making this video because I'm excited about this and I want to share it with you all, and there's a lot of unanswered questions. Okay, so Nebra, they told me I was saying it wrong. It's not Nebra, you know, I'm a little American, right? It's Nebra. They have an indoor as well as outdoor model. They have basically not shipped any units yet, but they have a background in Pi supply. Okay, they have working models, rough draft, like this isn't a render, that's their unit. They're approved by Helium. It looks good. And above all, right? So let me show you the coolest thing. Okay, first you pick your frequency, by the way. Make sure you understand what frequency is used in your area. It's pretty easy for me. I'm US 915. Let's say I just want one, right? So I can check out with PayPal. Click, and that's it. It's really that easy. Making them our recommended option because PayPal protects you as a buyer and it's super easy. Click, and you're off to the races. And again, they have a background in literally Raspberry Pis. They have the network and infrastructure in place here to bring this to market in a proper way. There's also huge, I've found out since the last video, huge infrastructure behind Bobcat, okay? So this is our second. Really, I would recommend if you want to get one of these as soon as possible, I would actually recommend Bobcat because Nebra is being swamped with orders. Bobcat has not been receiving as many. Muggle Pay. Okay, what's the deal with Muggle Pay? Well, Muggle Pay, basically, long story short, is the best way to order this miner and check out is with USDT. That's a cryptocurrency, Tether. And the big takeaway here is that, so they have huge manufacturing infrastructure behind them. I'm talking like real deal. They're going to be able to make a ton of these in a good time frame. They hit their last delivery date 2 weeks earlier, where everyone else is falling behind and delayed. But they are struggling with a payment infrastructure. Okay, it's hard to order from them. They have like this KYC component, or you use USDT, which is again a cryptocurrency via Muggle Pay. It sucks. It's super clunky. But if you're like, I want to try to make the most money and get a unit as soon as possible, and I have one right here in person, it works. Okay, it's real. It exists, which is always one of the top questions, right? I absolutely recommend Bobcat. If you're willing to go through the hassle of ordering, you should buy a Bobcat miner. Like I couldn't tell you how many times I've been asked, which one should I buy? Bobcat, if you can get through the ordering process. Otherwise, Nebra. There's been a whole whirlwind around SynchroB.it and SPNA. Okay, so in full disclosure and disclaimer, we do have an affiliate code with them that also gets you 5% off at the same time. I am not endorsing them or recommending them. I'm not recommending against them either, but I'm just putting that out here. Realistically, I do not believe that they are going to be able to hit their estimated timelines from the information that I've been able to understand and gather. So even though this has May, June, I will tell you now from what I've been able to dig up, I do not believe that to be true due to numerous reasons that are partially out of their control. Regarding SynchroB.it, okay, so SPNA is basically white labeling SynchroB.it. SynchroB.it can't even respond to our emails effectively. I do not recommend ordering through SynchroB.it directly. And there is a benefit there if you want a SynchroB.it miner to use SPNA so they can basically bang on their door constantly and like, hey, where are our miners? They recently posted this post on this blog post on Medium, right? And this does look very good from the simple fact that it shows that things are under work, production is underway in some form or capacity, which is very important. The simple fact that these things are moving along. They have a box, they have a case, they have outdoor as well as indoor enclosures. So that's the full story. That's the full disclaimer here. If you are unhappy with this, you can request a refund. Wolf BTC is basically their rep that hangs out in our VoskCoin Discord server, which you should totally join because the Helium HNT talk in there is off the freaking charts. Like, come on and come join the party. If you're unhappy with your purchase with them, you can send them in writing that you want a refund, and they say they will happily refund you. Okay, so there it is. Red Panda Mining and the Mining Chamber, two of the largest crypto mining YouTube channels, endorse and recommend SPNA, and Mining Chamber says that he's even met with one of the main guys at SPNA in person. There's also rack hotspot miners. They have increased their price yet again. Previously, these were sold for about $249. And I have a rack, it works well, but I would not recommend them right now because they have received more orders than anyone else, and it's first come, first serve when it comes to that. If you order with them, I would be surprised if you get your miner before September. They are currently quoting summer 2021. So, that's that. We have a link out to them below, but again, that's my latest kind of news on that and scoop. To really illustrate, the situation with the producers, right? Okay, so we have Helium old miners, right? The white one I have, it's no longer produced as the OG, it's the original model. You can't buy them anymore, just to clarify that. There's 17,000 of those on the network, okay? And then there's also 7,589 rack miners. And basically Helium and CalChip rack are in bed together. Okay, they're all Helium miner production has really kind of just flown into rack and CalChip. That doesn't necessarily make it better, and that's also why they are more backed up than anyone else. And their manufacturing capabilities are good, but due to the volume, it's almost like good luck getting one anytime soon. And all their orders are already delayed months. So I'm just saying, there's Bobcat, who are like struggling to get orders when everyone's ordering these because their payment system sucks. But because of that, you could basically get yours sooner if you deal with it. I'm not trying to shill them or hype them up too much, but it's really good data, right? And they've been producing them already a lot. They already have over 1,000 miners added to the network and the capability to add a lot more. Then you have Nebra and SynchroB.it, okay? So Nebra, they don't have a lot of units yet, but it's well underway. Then you have SynchroB.it, and they only have 3 test units on the network. So again, full disclaimer and disclosure there, good data, use with it, whatever you want to do with it. Also, Soju Sipa on the VoskCoinTalk forum, which is the best forum for cryptocurrency in the world ever, posted a great article, and he highlights just some great information in here. Our community is just really popping up a bunch of just great stuff and feedback and answering questions regarding Helium and everything else. We've got some moderators from the Helium community that have been mining this for a while. One guy has made almost $200,000 with about 10 Helium hotspot miners this year. Crazy, right? He's in there, super awesome, cool guy, knowledgeable. I'm trying to get him on the channel for an interview just because it'd be cool and fun. I'll have this linked out below. Tons of good information. Some of the information highlighted here is just related to coverage, right, and setup. So let's talk about that before we talk about some other stuff. So basically, we come on the map here and we look at the units. Ideally, you end up with a honeycomb, right? Just like my boy Banjo-Kazooie. You got the hexagons, right? And there's a lot of ways, things could go, and it's not necessarily perfect, but ideally, TLDR, you end up with a hexagon pattern with miners around you. It's kind of that simple. If you want to learn more about proper placement without me making this a 50-minute video, please check out app.heliumvision. They've literally made this site to really help people walk through this stuff. If your hotspot miners are too close together, they will reduce the mining profitability. They say they need to be about 300 or really even 350 plus meters apart. Okay, so it's a good distance. Basically, it's not 2 in the same house. I'm testing that right now, but I don't have enough data because I just got the Bobcat in. But when I do have more data, I'll bring it to you right here on the tube. Speaking of hexagons and looking at the map and everything like that, so this dude down here, I say this dude, I don't know for sure, right? This is an example, like this could be you if there's not a lot around. Say you buy 10, okay? And all of these are in pretty good spots to witness each other. It's not a perfect example, and that's kind of the point. It's not a perfect example, okay? So here you can see that, let me click you. Once we click that and we click it on the Explorer page, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. This is this unit's upbeat spruce quail. You get a random name, basically, witness list. In the last 24 hours, he's earned almost 10 helium. Last 30 days, 452. Okay, do you know how crazy that is? You want me to show you how much that's worth? Yeah, of course you do. $7,300 because this dude is like, I don't know if it's all him, but even if it's not, he's living his best life. That's an insane and incredible amount of rewards. And in the last 24 hours, he's down. Previous period, 21. And it's because a proper witness list, you make more money, simply put. And this thing's probably not even processing data, okay? Not a lot of people are using the network from like the data consumption point of view. Maybe more in the future, right? We can look at this. It's never transferred data. That's a huge portion of possible profitability. Never transferred data, and it's making so much money. This is crazy. Looking at this address, this guy has 4 hotspots, okay? And they're all in that general area. And in the last 30 days, 366 helium, 16 helium, 437 helium, and 123 helium. That is just absolutely wild. That is absolutely wild. And this is kind of like what we're dealing with. Speaking of other things that I think are going to absolutely skyrocket, it would be your interest earnings if you set up a BlockFi interest account. Super awesome, super easy, based in the US. We've got a link out below. You can earn up to $250 for free. Okay, that is so awesome. And they even have a Bitcoin rewards credit card coming out like right now. And when that comes out, and if you get approved for it and all that, it'll increase your earnings by 2% on stablecoins and possibly other benefits as well. So you could be earning 10.6% on your stablecoins. Compare that to your fiat USD bank. Yeah, you get like what? 0.25% if you're lucky. Yeah, that's not how you make it, man. Get your money working for you. Support the channel. Link below, or simply just type in blockfi.com/VoskCoin. Let's talk about proper placement, right? So basically put it in the house, and windows are nice, but actually it's probably better to just put it higher. Say like if you could get it in your attic, even without a window, it's a better spot as far as I've been able to kind of get feedback from the community regarding that. Otherwise, just put it in a window as high as you can in your house, right? They say metal screens are bad, bug screens, stuff like that. Take it off if you can. But I'll be honest, I haven't grabbed a ladder and taken mine off yet, but maybe that's why I'm not helium rich either. There's the helium halving in August. It will reduce that mining profitability some. Keep that in mind. But if helium continues to skyrocket in price, it just doesn't really even matter, to put it simply. We've received a lot of questions about MXC. Long story short, it's in essence a Helium HNT competitor, which makes it pretty cool and interesting. I have full video review and guide coming on them and everything they're doing and so forth. But if you want to be ahead of the pack and you want to order it now and you can get free shipping and also get $50 off for using our code in the video description below, it's linked out. It's kind of like a helium miner, but you can even have more than one in one location and still maintain a high level of profitability. There's a lot of nuances associated with this, but it's also a very small cap coin. Right now it's ranked like 400 on CoinGecko. I just want to throw that out there. Content's coming soon. Your boy can only produce so much in a day, and this video is already getting long. So please let me know what other questions you guys have that I didn't answer that you'd like to see answered in hopefully the near future and some content. I appreciate you. And as far as my first helium miner, my second helium miner, and my third helium miner, I couldn't be just more excited about this stuff. It's so cool and it's fun to be part of the people's network and expand the network and stuff like that. So as always, I appreciate you guys. Please make sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and leave a comment. I'll see you guys on the next video.